Yeah, a lot of temptations. A lot of people have temptations. But I feel like a lot of people in their 20s, if they're going to be dating, I feel like there should be, just focusing on dating and focusing on making money. If they are going to get married young, I don't recommend having kids young as well, kind of wait it out. Because the thing is like when you're going to be in a relationship, you also want to give your partner their time, your time, and enjoy life with them until you're 30 plus. Then it's time to have kids because also you've made your money, and now you can enjoy time with your kids as well. When people are young and they have kids, they're working. The husband is working all day long, all day, and he doesn't have time for the wife. He doesn't have time for the kids. He has to worry about paying the bills.
Right.
So I think if you're going to be in a relationship and if you got married young, and you're going to have, thinking about having kids, you just try to wait it out. Basically, just try to hustle, make as much money as you possibly can until you're about 30. After you're settled, you make, a good income and you're comfortable, then start deciding on having kids. So then you can give those kids the attention that they need.
Right, because kids do need attention. They need
a lot.
They don't need a bank account. They don't need an ATM. Here's $20, here's $100, leave me alone. They need time and attention, especially for boys. They need a dad. And to be honest with you, a mom is a mom. She'll always be a mom. She's the best thing in the world. But boys, in order to turn into men, they need a dad.
They need a father figure, yeah.
They must have that father figure. It's very, very important. Even if you're someone out there that's divorced or someone that's separated, if your ex is willing to be a part of the kid's life, no matter what, let him be a part of it. Because it's so important for the child. Don't think that, if you have a new boyfriend or a new husband, he doesn't need his real father. He needs his dad around because it's always going to be blood for him. He's always going to feel more secure around his real father.
There's a lot of women that make the husband, the ex-husband, look like a bad guy to their kids, and it's fucked up. They tell their son, like, your dad was a piece of shit, or this and this and that, building a lot of bad image to the kids. And it could be like the best dad in the world, but because now his mom is taking control over him, telling his, that his dad is this, this, and this, and he starts to believe in it. And they don't understand that, the women don't understand that they're actually hurting their child.
Hurting him completely.
They're hurting him,
Because you have to understand, even if you think it benefits you to tell your son that the dad is bad, even if he is bad, let's say, even if he's a bad guy, you are causing him damage because that's still his dad and he loves him. So now he's between choosing, do I go with mom, do I go with dad? That's the worst thing you could do for your son or your daughter.
Yeah, you never want to put your son or daughter in the middle of anything.
Right.
It's the same thing. Like if you're married, if you're a husband, don't talk shit about the ex-wife. If it's your ex-wife, don't talk shit about the ex-husband. Always make it seem like everything is perfect, so the kid grows in a healthy environment.
Right.
It's the first few years of a child's life is like when he's absorbing the most.
Right.
So then it's like, as he gets older, he has all this past trauma. And he doesn't realize, like, what's wrong with me. He's trying to figure what's wrong with him. But he doesn't, he doesn't understand that it's like stuff that he was told as a kid.
For the people who have kids, I could recommend to you is never, ever, ever have like real arguments around the kids. It's good to have an argument and then have it being resolved next to the kid. But don't cross the line. Don't curse in the house, don't yell, don't raise your voice.
Don't throw shit around.
Yeah, you could have an agreement or disagreement, and you could also agree to disagree, which is perfectly fine. It doesn't have to get out of control, and this is something that we hear about a lot, and I get a lot of messages about that. I was raised by a father and mother that were fighting all the time. My dad was very tough with me. My dad was an asshole. I understand that. At the end of the day, he's a dad and sometimes he's going to have his ups and downs. But if you could just keep it away from the kids will grow up to be phenomenal adults. And people say, we need to leave a better world for our kids. But why don't you leave better kids for our world and the world will thrive?